welcome back to the Kai channel. If you are returning, thank you so much for returning. And if you're new and just found this video randomly on the internet, thank you so much for clicking, I guess. Today is going to be a new video for the Kai channel. It's going to be a manga reading log. I'm gonna split this up into different categories of manga, just so if you're interested in a certain category, for example, BL, Shojo, Shonen, you can just kind of find in the timestamps here the manga that I read in that particular category. I'll also be putting some basic information about the manga, so title, mangaka, volumes if it's completed or not, as well as a synopsis probably on the left side of the screen, just to save me my voice and everything like that. And I'll also include, since I am old, so I do read some mature manga, so I'll make sure I put something maybe in, I don't know, top right corner or something like that. If it is a mature 18 plus manga, I'll make sure to denote that so you're aware. All right, so I'll go ahead and get started. I have my tea here, so if I lose my voice at any time, I'll make sure to take a sip of the tea. It is mint tea, so it says refresh mint. I'll go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start with probably Shojo / Josei manga that I read, because that has a small amount, and then I'll move on to Shonen and then BL. So go ahead and get started with that. All right, first manga I read is Nana by Aizawa, and this was such a beautiful read. I know it's only one volume, but I love this so much. Definitely really happy I picked this up. It was definitely a really great read. I'm excited but also apprehensive to collect the other volumes because I believe Nana is in the process of getting reprinted. Really great story overall, and I feel like it's a very relatable and consumable story. The story of both Nanas. One Nana is kind of like in this band and she's like a rock star. The other Nana, I think, is just trying to get into college to follow her friends in Tokyo. So she's trying to get into a college in Tokyo. Two completely different storylines, and I'm interested to see in future volumes, or probably in volume 2, how their paths cross. And something else too I really love about this series is the art style. Very nice art style, and I love how the characters are drawn. Very nice, soft, comforting art as well. So Nana also has an anime, by the way, which now is on Hulu. Definitely would recommend if you're into shoujo, or maybe this is a josei since the characters are a little bit older. Definitely, if I had to rate this out of 5 stars, 8, 12, 15, anything over 5. So really loved this. This is Fire in His Fingertips. I read volume 1 this month. This one was interesting, okay? Interesting to say the least, all right? So I'm curious to see how their relationship develops between these two characters, because it seems very surface level, to be honest, at this point. And I'm kind of, not confused, but just kind of, what the two characters want from one another. Soma, who's the main male character, kind of hints throughout this volume that he's had a crush on Rio for a long time because they are childhood friends, but Rio seems to not really be interested in Soma at all. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, it seems like she's just here for why the rest of us are here, for the sexy time with him. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm like wondering in future volumes if like how their relationship will develop. But there are cute moments in here, and I hope maybe in future volumes that more of his cute firemen friends like have like side stories or anything like that, but doesn't seem like it'll be the case. Overall, if I had to rate this out of 5, it would definitely be a 4 out of 5. And for those of you who are interested in this, if I want to give it a spice meter, out of 5, this is spicy, okay? Like 5 fires, okay? Like, this is spicy. Like, I think hold on. This is how far, I'm not gonna show it, but this is how far, like where my finger is in there. That's how long it takes for the action to start. So if you're looking for some spice, you're gonna get it. Spicy. Main character kind of looks like Almine if you squint. Definitely recommend if you're looking for an older, spicier Josei for sure. Right. Last manga I read out of the Shojo Josei category is Perfect World, Volume 1. This one, also like Nana, very, very good. Blew me away with how good it was. If you saw my manga haul, I talked about this a little bit before I actually read it, and it actually made me eat my words because I was talking about how a lot of stories that do contain main characters that have some kind of disability, whether that be mental or physical disability, they kind of just brush it under the rug by saying, well, I love that character because that's that character, not because they're an amputee or blah, blah, blah. But this story doesn't do that. It gives you a very raw and real, in my opinion, reality of what it's like being in a relationship with someone who has specifically a spinal cord injury. This is really good because I learned a lot reading this. Like, I learned about other ailments that people with spinal cord injuries have other than just the ability of not being able to walk. For example, simple things I don't think about, like if they fall out of their chair. Having other injuries, like I think in this, the male main character had like a sore because he was sitting in one position too long. This one is really, really good. Definitely going to continue, and I think it's only 12 volumes total, so definitely want to pick up and read the rest of the series. But yeah, definitely would recommend this one if you are interested in any Joseis or Shojo and you're running out of shelf space perhaps, because this is only 12 volumes. So yeah, definitely would recommend this one. That was all the Shojo/Josei that I read. Now we're just gonna hop into the shonen that I've read this month, and I think it's all Shonen Jumps. We'll jump in to the Shonen Jump. That was so fucking lame. I'm sorry. Let me just start talking about Chainsaw Man. Anyway, I read Chainsaw Man Volume 1 this month, and this is actually very good. Usually I don't care for manga or anime that is super hyped up. My Hero Academia, for example, I still don't like that anime. It is 46 boring, but if you like it, I love it, I guess. I find this manga quite funny, actually. I think I laughed out loud a few times. Like, I think it was in the beginning where he was talking about how he sold his left nut for money. Yeah, there's times I laughed out loud with this, and definitely I kind of got inspired to read more of this because the anime is coming out. I'm not sure if it's this fall or next spring. Not entirely sure, but definitely wanted to get a good way through the manga because I really did enjoy myself. I'm interested to see what other characters we meet and what kind of other devils that we meet as well, because I believe he's a spoiler. Denji turns into a devil. He dies, and then Puchita sacrifices his life to save him. Then they become one, a la Chainsaw Man. And another thing that I really like as well is the art. It's very dark art, which I think goes very well with the subject matter of the manga. I'm definitely excited to see the other powers that Denji gets and to learn more about, I can't remember her name, the girl who like picked him up. I can't remember her name. But yeah, she's on the cover, I think, of volume 10, I think. That girl. Excited to learn more about her and her backstory. I'm getting devil energy, okay? I'm getting devil energy from her. Definitely, if I can rate this out of 5, it'll definitely be a 4. 4 out of 5. Definitely highly recommend Chainsaw Man, as of everyone else on manga too would recommend this as well. Oof, already done a lot of talking. So I'm gonna take a sip of tea and just give me a second. Next, I read Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 2. I'm really enjoying Jujutsu Kaisen so far. I'm in no rush to really get through it. I do want to get through at least the manga up to season 1 in the anime. And I think I watched a few episodes like months ago of the anime, and I just stopped. Not because it was bad or anything, I just wasn't in the mood for it, but definitely really liking reading the manga. This is the first time in a long time, other than Cowboy Bebop, where my favorite character is the main character. Like, I really like Yuji. I think he's really cute, okay? I like Gojo as well, and I do like Megumi. Also, I really like the action scenes in this, like the art style too. And also I like the world, the Jujutsu Kaisen world. It's something I haven't seen before or read before. Like the whole idea of domain expansion is really cool to me. It's just a cool thing, you know. I want my own domain. Probably gonna read volume 3 soon. And I heard volume 4 is hard to find, but hopefully I find it. If I find it in a while somewhere, I'll pick it up. But yeah, definitely want to continue this series, Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh, I almost forgot to rate. If I had to rate this out of 5, definitely a strong 4.7. Really good. I really like it so far. Next here, I read volume 3 of Kaiju number 8, and I absolutely love this series. Like, this is one of my favorite series I've read so far. Really enjoyable in my opinion. Like I talked about in other videos as well, I really like how the main character Kafka is in his 30s. If you've been in the anime or manga scene for a while, you know all these characters can run young, okay? They go through all their trauma at like age 4 and they gotta start battling by age 7, okay? And so it's nice that he got to live a good life before he's had some shit happen to him. All right, so I think it's semi-underrated, but I really like it. I like the whole idea of the kaiju. I'm wondering if there's different kaiju with different abilities. And I believe volume 4 is released in October. I may pre-order that just so I can read it as soon as it comes out. If I can rate this out of 5, definitely be a 4.5 out of 5. Because it does get kind of slow at times and sometimes things can get a little bit lost, but it's only 3 volumes, so things that need time to get fleshed out and everything like that. So last but definitely not least, probably the best, in my humble opinion, in my baby manga reader opinion, I read volumes 8 through 10 of Demon Slayer. Been loving Demon Slayer. I don't know why it took me so long to actually pick this up and read it, or even just watch the anime. I don't know what took me so long, but really enjoying this series thus far. If you did see my August manga haul, I did pick up volumes 12 through 23 of the manga, so I'm only missing volume 11, which I did just order that on Amazon because no other Barnes & Noble seem to have volume 11. Like, they would have all the other volumes, even the side story, Fire and Flame, but no volume 11. It's like, y'all had it all in stock. Anyway, every time I get to a new volume, I'm like happy, but also sad that it is coming to an end. I do believe that this story does end at volume 23, but part of me thinks that's not going to be the last we see from this series, because I think Demon Slayer last year alone sold over 80 or nearly 90 million copies of the manga worldwide. Why? Listen, this world is ran by money. Why would you not continue? Why would you not continue the story if it made you so much damn money? Anyway, so we're kind of at the point here where kind of I think things are really starting to pick up and the action is really starting to kick in. Volume 8 covers the Mugen Train arc, and 9, I think, through 11 follows the Entertainment District arc. Kind of right at the climax here, because Volume 10 kind of ended at a little bit of a cliffhanger, so that's why I'm so eager for Volume 11, but Barnes & Noble does not want to see me shine. This is a very good series. Definitely would recommend to anyone who's new to shonen, wants to try it out. It does not have the shelf space for Bleach, Naruto, or One Piece. Listen, 74, 72, and 100 volumes. No one has the shelf space for that. Even though I'm making shelf space for Naruto, because that is top tier anime, okay? What I'm excited to see next is more of learning more about the different Hashiras, because so far we've only really known about 4 of them, really: Tomioka, Shinobu, Rengoku, and Tengen, as well as the leader as well. He's kind of mysterious in his own way. What I'm hoping for is that Tomioka doesn't die. I'll stop my rambling with this series. Really enjoy it, highly recommend. Last category of manga I read this month is going to be in the BL category. So yeah, we'll just jump into the BL that I've read. First BL that I read is Don't Be Cruel, the first omnibus, which contains volumes 1 and 2. It was good. I don't want that to sound bad. It's not a legendary BL, but it's not a terrible BL. You know what I mean? I enjoyed it for the most part, mostly towards the end, just kind of how it wrapped up, because This character Maya was really starting to piss me off. It's just that whole trope sometimes that they have in BLs, that where there's just, I don't know, the seme is just kind of an asshole, you know, from what it seems is no reason, or there's the reason because, I don't know, they don't know how to talk about their feelings, so they just only know how to show aggression, so they show aggression towards the other main character. I won't even say toxic because I like shit like BcalmxBanks, and that's like supreme toxic, so I can't talk about this like I'm better than that. I don't read toxic love stories. But yeah, I really like how it wrapped up. Both of the characters kind of started to understand where the other character was coming from, because you can kind of at some points, depending on who you are, get annoyed with both characters because it kind of stalls, which I believe would be the end of volume 1, beginning of volume 2. It just kind of stalls for a little bit because the characters just wouldn't say what they're feeling to the other character, right? And I think they're kind of just figuring out how they felt themselves. But yeah, I liked how it wrapped up, and I do have volumes 3, 4, and 5, so I'm excited to read those and just kind of see how the characters develop. Both Maya and Nemu, I'm excited to see how they develop. I know Maya starts to look different, okay? Starts to get cute. And I believe there's other characters that come in as well, by like Maya's cousin and everything like that. I believe he has his own kind of side story. And then his cousin's little brother comes in. I'm pretty sure he'll have his own side story. So excited to get into this. But yeah, if you're interested in BL, definitely would recommend this one. Spice meter, 3.5, 4 out of 5 spice. I feel like the spice will get better, if that makes sense, in future volumes. Definitely, if I can just give this a star rating, it'll definitely be like a 3.5 out of 5, which is not bad. Dig Fight Island. This was really good. Really enjoyed both of these volumes. I read volumes 1 and 2. Probably unpopular opinion, but I really enjoyed volume 2 over volume 1. What I liked about this is that there isn't any non-con stuff in here. The different couples seem to really have a deep care for one another. Really enjoyed that. And also, it's a premise I've never read or seen before. And I also heard as well, Dig Fight Island was initially supposed to have 1 volume, but people just loved it so much they like begged for like a second volume, so then she put this together. It didn't seem to me that the two were too disconnected, but I definitely can tell that the mangaka went a completely different direction in this one. Wondering if there's any other manga that this mangaka is the author of. To rate this 5 out of 5, it would definitely be a 5 out of 5. Since it's only 2 volumes, I definitely would highly recommend, if you're into BL, to check it out. It's not hard to find. Spice meter, it's a 10. I think it takes a while to get to the spice in here. Hold on. Well, yeah, not that long for, I guess, the real spice here. To wrap up this August reading log, we have our final BL, and I read volumes 1 through 4 of Love Stage. This caught me by surprise. People are definitely scalping and overcharging for Love Stage. I've seen volume 7, the elusive volume 7, the only volume I don't have, go for $243. When I say no ma'am, I fucking mean no ma'am. Anyway, you're not here to hear me talk about the scalpers. Here to hear me talk about the manga. I love Izumi and Ryoma. Like, so cute. I also love Izumi's brother, Shogo, and I believe his manager, the family manager, Ray. Love their little love story too. Also, this is a mature 18+ manga, just so you all know. However, compared to other BL manga or other manga like Fire in His Fingertips, Dig Fight Island, this one is more heavily censored. So getting towards the end of this series, since it is completed at 7 volumes, kind of sad, but also I can see it, of course, wrapping up soon. Definitely will recommend this one. The only, of course, caveat is these volumes are hard to find. Spice meter, I'm gonna say a 3, or maybe even a 2.5 out of 5. Like I said, it's very censored. Definitely would rate this a 4.5 out of 5. I think it's interesting. The story is interesting, just even outside of the romantic part. So if you can pick this up either digitally or find the physical volumes, maybe in your local used bookstore, if you get lucky, definitely would highly recommend this one. That brings us to the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed this reading log and my chatting about the different manga that I read. I tried not to get too spoilery throughout this video, but once you get chatting, it gets hard to kind of like censor yourself. But yeah, definitely enjoyed the manga I read this month. If you want to chat about any of the manga that I read, please comment down below. Once again, thank you all so much. We're almost at 60 subscribers now as well. Thank you so much for the continued support of this channel. Really appreciate that, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. I will see you all in another video very, very soon. Bye.
It's not that